Thank you, David. I'd love to build on what David shared about how we're reinventing productivity by actually starting the discussion with something that might surprise you all. Did you know Office is coming up on its 30th birthday this year? And as you can imagine, the way we worked 30 years ago is not the way we work today, and it's not going to be the way we work 30 years from now. So we're actually continuously reinventing Office, and we're actually shipping weekly in some cases on your mobile phone, and in other cases monthly, and in other cases semi-annually, depending on your risk appetite. How much do you want to be on the cutting edge of change versus how risk averse you are? So I'm going to show you some technologies that are already broadly available and AI powered, and you can get them at the end of this talk. So before I show you, let me seed you with the idea of why we need new tools. So the way we're working today, we're actually working on more teams than ever before. And that brings a lot of demands on our time. We're in more meetings, we're continuously getting interrupted because people want something from us. And these people are across time zones. We're also working with more data, and some of our studies show that 60% of people are struggling to find the information they need. And even worse, they're going ahead and making decisions knowing that they're based on suboptimal data. So some of the innovation that David showed with Project Cortex will help with that, finding the right information and the right experts. And some more that I'm going to show you today are related to helping you save time, transform meeting, transform collaboration. So the way these innovations come to our users are through Microsoft 365, which is a collection of Office 365, Windows 10, and more technologies that are available on mobile phones, on desktops, on Mac PC, everywhere you are, the web as well. So let's dive into what your day could look like with these technologies. Now, many of us are going to be working from home for the next 3 weeks, and with home, you might have distractions in the background. So here we're using computer vision right within meetings and Stream to blur your background. And that's a really powerful use case if you do have distractions in the background. We're also able to use computer listening and translation technologies to automatically caption what you say. So in a meeting, if you don't want to miss a word, or if you're not able to hear clearly, or if the person has an accent, you can turn on live captions and actually in real time see everything that's being said. So these type of technologies are built in within Teams available today. And in Teams, you can also record a meeting. So if someone couldn't join this meeting in your team but wants to catch up later, the recording is available to them and it's transcribed. So let me show you what that experience looks like and then show you what more you can do in your day. So here's an example of a recorded meeting. In this case, it was a one-to-many meeting. It was a town hall. And right within Stream, where the recording is stored, you have automatically generated transcripts. What's really helpful is that these transcripts are searchable. So if you want to skip to the part of the meeting where perhaps there was a finance update, you can just search that keyword and jump ahead. You can also skip by people. So this is another example of computer vision at use where it's breaking the talk down by who spoke, and then you can skip to the part where a particular person spoke. So a really simple example of how breakthroughs in computer vision and machine translation, audio captioning are being used to transform meetings and collaboration. Let's see another example of collaboration. When you start your day, you might have so many meetings and so many emails in your backlog, you might just be overwhelmed. So here's an example of a technology where Cortana is going to email you proactively at the start of your day to help you get prepared. So just like any assistant would, it's going to send you a daily briefing email that's going to help you prepare for meetings, get ahead of tasks, and it's a private curated experience for you based on data that you already have access to in your inbox. So in the meeting section, it's simply going to summarize all of the meetings that are coming up that day, but go beyond the meeting agenda. It's going to use that graph that David spoke about and stitch together emails and files that are relevant to the meeting. It's figuring this out based on the meeting attendees, the topic of the meeting, and using some AI to to make intelligent recommendations here, that you might want to review this file. And of course, once you're done reviewing it, you can mark it done and it's off your plate. So the email is dynamic and adaptive in that way. It can also stitch together a summary of promises you made. You know, every day in email, I promise to do something. I say, I'll get this to you by tomorrow. I'll get this to you by day after. Or I ask someone for something, and then I forget. So here it's using AI to figure out where I'm making a commitment or asking for something using suggestion language, and it's surfacing all of those emails together to remind me and not break any of those promises and make me a really great collaborator. And again, I can mark it done if it's done, or I can add it to my to-do list. It can also do this for emails that need follow-up. And most importantly, if my day is filling up with meetings, and I want to carve out some time to do my best work rather than just be reactive and responding to asks. I want to actually carve out time to do thoughtful work. I can easily book focus time, and that will actually, when I am in focus time, my teams will go into a do not disturb mode, so I'm not interrupted and I can really focus, stay heads down. So that's an example of Cortana helping you at the start of your day. Let me show you another example of Cortana helping you on your way to work. So many of us in the US have 30 plus minutes of commute, and we're eager to make progress on that commute and get ahead of our day, and that's what this technology is designed for. So I'll play a short video and then I'll explain what we saw.
I have 5 emails for you right now. This will take about 5 minutes. Miguel Garcia changed the time for customer debrief from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. A few minutes ago, Lydia Bauer sent an email about marketing team event just to you.
So here actually Cortana is talking to me and reading aloud my emails, sharing changes to my day, and I can speak back to let Cortana know if I want to flag an email, if I want to type a quick reply by typing, if I want to skip an email.
You're all caught up.
So it's a great way to stay caught up on what's new in your inbox, what's new on your calendar. It's designed for people on the go, so you actually don't need to touch the screen. You can use the experience entirely using voice. It's available in Outlook Mobile on iOS right now, and you can go ahead and try it, and you'll discover it the minute you plug in your headphones or you connect your phone to Bluetooth in your car. You'll see a play icon light up and you can actually play your emails. So that's a great way to get a head start on your way into work. Now, switching gears a little bit, what about once you're at work and you're doing your really best writing or your best presenting? How can AI help you there? Let me show you 2 quick examples. So right within Word, actually, we have the Review tab that we've had for a while. I want to show you 2 tools that are using computer vision, machine learning, language translation, these technologies. So the first one I want to show you is Accessibility Checker, which will help you make your document more inclusive. For example, 2 people who have vision impairments. So in this example, it scanned my document and it's telling me I have an image, but I haven't actually added alternative text to describe the image. So for someone who is using a screen reader, they wouldn't know what the image represents. And right from within this accessibility checker, I can actually use AI to get a suggested description. So the computer vision technologies will have a look and suggest alternative text, and I can go ahead and edit that text as well if I don't like the suggested description. So here it's figured out it's a close-up of a lush green forest, and of course I can be more specific and say Amazon rainforest if that's what I'm trying to convey. Another example of computer vision at work, here it's figured out that the contrast ratio between this text and its background isn't sufficient for people to see clearly. So I can edit that right from within the document. Super, super helpful use of AI to help me make the document more accessible. Same way with editor, I'm using AI to make the document more readable. So we used to always have spelling and grammar suggestions. We've actually made them a little bit more inclusive. For example, if you do have dyslexia, and these suggestions look really similar to you, we've made subtle changes, like we've added synonyms alongside the suggestion. So if you know what the word means, but not how it's spelled, you can pick the right word. We can even have the word and synonyms read aloud in case you know how the word sounds. We've gone beyond the scope of spelling and grammar, and here we're using suggestions related to inclusiveness or clarity and conciseness. In this particular example, we're suggesting using gender neutral language. So instead of saying congressman, you can say congressperson. Simple examples, but powerful. AI is going to be more infused in Word to help you really refine your writing. And it's your choice. These are suggestions. If you feel like they're not a good fit for what you're trying to accomplish, you can take them or leave them. But they're important ways you can learn best practices in the flow of your work. Same concept applies while you're designing slides. We've introduced the concept of ideas. So right within the Home tab, you can get AI-powered suggestions to refine your presentation. For example, here the AI has detected that this presentation is happening in Seattle. So maybe I want to make it more visually compelling by adding an image of Seattle. And I'm getting Creative Commons licensed images. So with the click of a button, I can actually add the image. And here as well, the computer vision algorithms would suggest an alternative text for the image the minute it's added. They'll actually go beyond suggesting alt text. They'll even look at the image and the layout of the slide and suggest a way to lay out the image more compellingly. And then as you proceed down the presentation, you'll get more design ideas that are consistent in style with the suggestion you picked previously. So with the click of a button, I'm able to design a compelling presentation, even doing complicated things like laying out the slide in a timeline. It would have taken me a lot of powerful knowledge of PowerPoint to do this myself, and here I've done it in a few seconds. We're going into really interesting advancements here. We can even have the AI read what the words on the slide and then suggest icons that match the words. And all of these are suggestions. You can change them, but again, powerful examples. So I wanted to close by giving you one more example of a technology that doesn't just help you with your day-to-day work, but actually helps you longer term. So over a month, if you kind of look back and see your habits, how much time are you spending in meetings versus how much time are you actually focusing at work to do your most important work? So it's showing you those type of habits. How much time are you spending in after hours work, or are you able to unplug and really recharge and rest and come back fresh? So here we're just using your use of everyday applications like email, like meeting, like Teams, and we're surfacing these insights privately to you in a dashboard. And to drill into an example of the types of insights, collaboration is a great one. We're all feeling a meeting overload, and here we're seeing what your meeting habits are so you can actually improve and follow best practices. For example, are you sending meetings with an agenda? Are you providing online links for those meetings? Are you scheduling them with advance notice? So simple ways we're helping you get insights from your own behavior so you can change behavior. So I wanted to give these examples as food for thought for everyone so you can think about where you want to be. Do you want to be on the cutting edge of technology and get these suggestions and try them out and learn from them? Or do you want to wait a little bit? It's all a choice, and right from within Office, for example, in your accounts, you can make that choice yourself. You can join Insider if you want to shape the future of Office with us. You can keep an eye on what's new, and with each version, you'll get to know what's new. And you can choose whether you want monthly updates, weekly updates, semi-annual updates. So all these are informed choices that I hope you think through where it makes sense for your work as you march forward into the future of work. And with that, I'll hand it to David. Sorry, I'm going to hand it to Michael, actually, who's going to show you another version of the future.